Something rotten in the New Denmark. So, state university, they sold off the radio signal. We were state illegally. It never happened if I was in the bone marrow transplant. I understand they're building a hotel there. State property, state taxpayer. The border region is so corrupt, something rotten in the New Denmark. So the World Health Organization, I'll do some more videos on Betrayed. We'll talk about, as I'm headed over to get my blood works at the hospital, we'll talk about scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're stumped, they're bewildered, they're perplexed. They're stumped. So which I was in Geneva, inside the World with my Fukushima signs. I got chased out of the city, literally. So, at gunpoint, this is important. So the WHO study on COVID-19 from the seas out. Read it. They haven't got a clue. Say right in it. Scientists mystified, baffled, stubborn. Don't say the F word. So there's a Brunswick, Canada brain disease happening. Again, mystified, demonic acid. Of course it's demonic acid. You know, gotta eat up that seafood from the sea. It blows my mind now how one single person can use the Fukushima word. Not one. Nobody can use the Fukushima word. How is everybody holding? We have multiple nuclear meltdowns. Well, it took Kevin Blanchard a year and a half to convince. It's the greatest story in human history. And nobody will even bring up the word. Don't say the F word. Heldon Caldecott, nuclear could be an extinction event, supposedly in 2015, told me I couldn't say Fukushima. Yeah, I'm like, I'm a baker, what's a cake? I'm a doctor, what's a blood test? I mean, I'm a plaster, what's a Hawkett trial? I'm a state-funded university, what's a taxpayer? It's unbelievable. I'm an AML leukemia victim. What's a blood transfusion? What's a bone marrow transplant? So, COVID. They say in it, they think it came from an animal into the fish market. The bat ate the animal. The bat transported either to another animal or a human ate the bat. You know, so it's unbelievable. The corporatization of academia, that's what we're talking about here. There's the problem. These great minds come out of state universities, not anymore. Rich kids. I see Kobe's daughter just got into USC. Well, good for her. You know, what we turned it into? Rich kids university versus, well, we always had the state universities. They're so corporate hoard out, it's unbelievable. I don't believe it. So, scientists are mystified, but so they say this brain disease that's killing people, one person died in 2015, the next year 2, 3, they've already had 5 this year. It's scary shit. Of course they're mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled. All this is evolved from the sea, just like you and I. You know, just like when I got leukemia right here. I was working right up there in Shadow Valley when I got sick in 2011. I was given too much to live then. I mean, think about this journey. What a 10 years, right? I was right there in that room. I remember when that doctor walked in on a Friday night and says, you know, they misdiagnosed me. Finally, it was a woman doctor. I was watching the Steve Jobs interview about Isaacson. One of my doctors ended up being one of the Steve Jobs doctors. And he said to me, the woman walks in after hours. I've been up here 3-4 times. Natalie, who scanned me, my radiologist, my neighbor there, has recently passed away. Sad. Vincent Hansen saved my life. Ogden Clinic right there where he started it, him and my uncle. If it wasn't for him, I'd be dead. The doctor comes in, the female doctor, she started to cry. She was all teary-eyed. I'm like, what? She says, you have a really nasty cancer. We're admitting you right now. We've been reviewing it with the oncologist on call. He was a young guy, and I got up there, it was just me. I'm getting ready to go in the room. I've called my daughters. He says, I've reviewed it. It's bad. I said, don't fuck with me. You know, I have a medical background. I have a biology background. Well, we don't know for sure, but I said, give me your opinion right now. I'm not going to hold it against you. The way it looks to me, I'd get my affairs in order, maybe 2 months. Next guy, I was told this Baldo over and over and over. They biopsied me finally, and it was so lit up, it was unbelievable. I diagnosed myself. I found a YouTube video online, had 14 views. When they biopsied Silverman, put it in the wrong dish, but Carl wanted to gut me right there, and I told him no. Misdiagnosed. I found a YouTube video that said, this pathologist, Cedars-Sinai, said that for students, had 13 views. I think in the lower right mesentery of men, these cancers, the pathologists get it wrong more than they get it right. Thank God I got in to see Vincent. Vincent is an old anti-nuclear who I've known since I was a kid. Put a lot of work in. He bone marrow biopsied me right there. San Diego girl crawled up on my back and dug in. You're right, Kevin. Samuel DeNuvo. It's bad. Going to the bone marrow transplant at LDS 11/11/11. Given 2 months to live. Red 10. Only one to ever come out of it. Not in a body bag. Marshall Jensen in the room left of me. Carla on the right of me. Nancy, the world-class lab. All these famous cases. Watched them die. What has this got to do with it? It's got everything to do with it. I'm still alive. But the corporatization of academia, the World Health Organization, I protested the World Health Organization in Geneva. Sick. I do so much work at the UN. Thank everybody for supporting historic work. But at the academia level, that's where it's betrayed us. How can an academia professor, a biologist, say, mystified about, that's not science. Kevin Blanchard, I've evolved probably into the most important biologist in maybe ever. Semmelweis Blanche on the steps of Vienna, screaming my head off, throw me in a rubber room and kill me. Remember when I screamed about the tide pools, everybody laughed at me? Oh, they don't laugh now. Remember when I was screaming about the salmon going to collapse 2016? Oh, they don't laugh now. You know, cancer outbreak from hell. What a fight. World Health Organization, there is absolutely, why would they name it COVID? COVID. Who? World Health Organization, who are you? Who? They named it COVID. They named it COVID. COVID is the Hebrew word for Kobe. What is Kobe? Kobe Bryant, Kobe beef, Kobe the city. No, Kobe is the ancient Japanese word for great. Why would they name it great? Because they knew it come from Fukushima. They know. Everybody's going to hold court and not mention a word about Fukushima. How is that possible? The academia is inside everywhere. Full blown out nuclear meltdowns that have never happened in the history of the world, and we're not going to say a peep about it. And the acute collapse of the Pacific Ocean, the Futonium fires, the heat bubble, all predicted by Kevin Blanche in an acute radical fashion. First you hypothesize the knowledge, then you do the field work, then you defend your work. I rehabbed my open heart surgery right there. Yeah, I had that recently. Gallbladder blown. Mike Lee kicks me off Medicaid. I had 30,000 shares of Tesla stock. I forked it over. That was in 2011. You know, it was in the 30s then, about $1 million worth. What a price I paid. Kicked off Medicaid. Why I'm in a bone marrow transplant now? It's attempted murder. Well, what do these give a fuck? Attempted murder. What do they care? By the way, hi socialist, you got your fucking stimulus check? Not me, I don't get shit. So, sad. Take it down. Tear it all down. You know, state property. And it's corporate whoredom. I mean, how can state-funded taxpayer universities turn into, well, they've done it. You know, NCAA March Madness, the Michigan State Rocket Mortgage. No wonder they got beat by UCLA, the 11th seed. The event center, fuck. The Nuclear Industry Crime Syndicate built that tower right there. The plaque on the wall. I've done some videos there, thank God. I didn't know they were tearing it down. I've read that the Board of Regents sold it off. It's taxpayer property. It's like the radio signal. They got rid of it. How's that even possible? It belongs to the people. 88.1, the most famous radio station in the history of this city. Well, they got rid of it. How's that even possible? Well, you got a Board of Regents, you got a Utah State Court. Where's the FBI on the SMR sham? So who says we don't know? Still, we will not mention the Fukushima word. Nobody on earth at any cost. How's that even possible? Fukushima denial is not only a death sentence, it's the greatest mental illness in human history. And every marine biologist, every academia professor, whether it be my doctor, he's not a Fukushima denier. Vincent, oh no. Neither is Finbo. Oh, they're all over Fukushima. That's the only reason I'm alive. Kevin, you're going to LDSE? No, I'm going to the Mayo Clinic. I've got the money, I've talked to him. No. You're going to LDSE State. There's a guy named Finbo Peterson from Denmark there. He's the best in the world. I've talked to him about your case. Nobody's going to take an ML de Nouveau patient at 51 years old. The survival rate's so low, but I believe in you. I know you and your anti-nuclear fight. I've talked to him about your fight. He put so much work into me because I'm an anti-nuclear like him. It's sad everybody they've killed and murdered. Oh, killed nobody, the UN will tell you. When the Inspector General himself from the IEA, who I talked to personally, died of cancer. Abiy's dying of cancer. All these people, the USS Reagan, how about that? World Health Organization, after all this, they're still going to say they're baffled. A lot of evidence point to the Wuhan lab. Well, there's ties to Charles Lieber in here at this university. I mean, BYU, Weber State. Well, BYU's private, owned by the Mormon Church, which tax-free status. How do they get tax-free status? They preach more politics from the pulpit than anybody in history, which is against the law. But fuck the law. State. Remember when state taxpayers? It used to mean state taxpayers. We were state. We. Now it's me. Corporate whoredom. They're still going to stick to this, and nobody's going to mention the F word. There's a brain encephalitis. Well, it's not encephalitis. That's mad cow they burn here in Utah. Remember Stericycle was going to leave by 2018? They're still here. That was the deal. Dirty Herbie. Governor Herbert's father died. Mike Lee's father. Everybody dies young from it. I mean, Barack Obama's mother. I mean, we go on. They don't care. They don't care. No one, I guess, I don't know. I stood in Copenhagen. John Weber's from Denmark. Something rotten in the new Denmark. I'll tell you, it's simply. The nuclear physicists, scientists, television media, fucking black and yellow media whores. The nuclear emperor wannabes have no fucking clothes. That's what it is. Hans Christian Andersen, that's my great-grandfather's name. Christian Andersen, yep. From Denmark. Oh boy. The nuclear scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're stumped, they're perplexed, they're bewildered. That's not science. What I've done is science. First, you hypothesize the knowledge. They're going to lie about these meltdowns. It's going to push into the Pacific Ocean. It's going to genocide the Pacific Ocean. It's going to wipe it out 90%. It's going to cause heat bubble over the Western United States. It's going to cause all kinds of fucking mysterious diseases.